reads. It was supposed to have been last night, and I had a bit of some sugar issues. Made me feel not great. My sugar crashed pretty hardcore. So here we are tonight. It's going to be that night I say so. I probably need to be smacked every time I say so. So there's also Chet. If y'all weren't here the other night, I decided to start naming the flies when they get into my room. I don't know how the hell there's a fly here, because if y'all are anywhere around Oklahoma, we are having a pretty gnarly cold front roll through. It's supposed to be subarctic temperatures here tonight, down in the 20s. That is not cool with me, and I would like for it to go the fuck away. So whoever sent this here, you can take it right the fuck back. But that being said, I do have a decent list of channeled reads for tonight. If you guys have never watched me do channeled readings, you're in for a treat. If you get a channeled reading from me, just know that you have homework, okay? So channeled reads are never like, oh, tell Bobby to go buy the green truck and go to, Wisconsin. That's not how channeled reads work. Channeled reads are usually a series of colors, of shapes, of events, of items, etc. Green pyramids, pink elephants, upside down whales, things like that, okay? And so you guys on TikTok know I'm watching the internet crap go in and out. I am streaming live on YouTube. If you guys do have a ticket for a channel read, or if you get one and you can't make it through the whole thing, or you thing, I will be on YouTube. So your reading will be on YouTube. You can go watch it at any time. With that being said, I'm going to jump right into it. Every channeled read I do, it's usually anywhere from 4 to 6-ish things. That way you guys know how to write them down. The best way to do this is to take the first thing I say I tell you the first thing is a green pyramid. Write green and then skip a couple lines, pyramid, and then say pink, elephant, upside down. So pink, skip a couple lines, elephant. When you look at what the spiritual meaning of the elephant is, that means the reverse if it's upside down. The best way to look these up, this is literally what I do. I've been doing this for a long time. Go to Google and write spiritual meaning of blah, 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 blah. Okay? All right. We ready? So for those of you guys just joining, I had a very, very gnarly sugar crash last night, and I had to take care of me. So that's why there was no Reiki last night. Oh, I'm so glad you got your October box and that you loved it. That makes me so happy. So the rest of the October boxes went out today, guys. You still have time to get in for a November box. As long as you get a subscription box by the 25th, as long as you order it by the 25th, they get shipped out the 10th of the following month. That gives me plenty of time to get all the goodies for all y'all's boxes. So order by the 25th, you get it on the 10th, okay? All right. Miss Julie Baldwin, you would be first. Are you ready? I got some interesting pieces to play with this evening. I forgot that I had even ordered this, and Sass helped me get it unwrapped. This is a freeform piece of blue apatite. For those of you guys that don't know, blue apatite is attuned to the future. It is one of my favorite stones. I absolutely love it. And this one is great for fiddling around with while I'm doing reads. So, all right. Miss Julie Baldwin, are you ready? So the first thing that I see with you is a catfish. Thank you, love. And I mean the fish, not like a person. But what's interesting is it's in very shallow water, so it's not in its normal. Thank you, woman of salt. It's not in its normal habitat. So the next thing, it's mountains, but they're very specific mountains, and I don't know which ones they are. So one goes like this, the other one cuts up behind it. This one is about like this, the other one cuts way up here like this and back down and over. So it's like one humongous peak, a little smaller peak, and then a little peak down here. And I'm seeing them in tan, so I assume this is like a patch or I assume it's a patch. Like an embroidered patch. But the 3 mountains are important. So I don't know if that means something to you or not, but the 3 mountains are important. So the next thing is matches, 2 matches. And then there's a white cat's face. So those are the things that you will you'll want to look up, okay? The mountains are interesting, Julie. I don't know. It's like I see them, but at the same time, I see them in tan, like embroidered. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that means something to you or not. I feel like it probably does. All right, Miss Sherry McQueen. And so I'm going to reserve judgment on this, but it's going away now that I'm about to mention it. So I have a feeling it is for you, Julie. As soon as I got to probably the middle part of your reading, I had a weird headache. It's almost like a band. Like if you wear your sunglasses too long up on your head, you know what I mean? It's right there. I don't know what that is, but as soon as I started to mention it for you, it went away. So I don't know what that is, Miss Julie, if you're having a really interesting headache or something's going on, but don't let that go too long, okay? Don't let that go too long. So, all right. Miss Sherry McQueen, you ready? So, Miss Sherry McQueen, the very first thing I see with you is a little red convertible. Big round headlights. So, I would say this is probably a 70s car. Little tiny, okay. So, it's like the front of the car comes out with almost the, you know, the hood where it comes like this and up like that over the headlights. Like I said, round headlights about like this. Bright red car. Then there's a blue diamond. Then what's funny is Homer Simpson popped in my head. And I feel like this is a joke. Like, I don't know if this is a private joke between you and somebody else, but like that popped in. And it was like, it made me want to laugh. It made me sad at the same time. So what's up with cartoons? There's a whole bunch of cartoon images coming back. So once I saw Homer, then it was like the Thundercat symbol. And then it was several other little things that I associate with like boy cartoons in the 80s. So I don't know where that's from, Miss Sherry, but it was just like, you know what I mean? Like all these things like that. So that's why I was like, okay, it's just that cartoon genre to begin with. So I don't know if they were some of your favorites, kids' favorites, brother's favorites, cousin, whatever it is. So the next thing I see is an amethyst, and it's in the shape of a heart. And then a horse's tail. But the way it looks, it's almost like a whip, but not quite. I don't understand. Because it's literally just the horse's tail. Nothing more. And it's black. I am feeling better. Thank you, guys. For those of you guys that aren't diabetic, don't know about diabetes or anything like that, when you have a sugar crash or you're not hypoglycemic, sugar crashes are really, really nasty. And the one I had last night was really, really horrible. So, yeah, normal people, their sugar runs between 70 and 100. Mine normally runs about 110 to 120. Mine hit 66 last night or lower. That was the last thing I checked, or the lowest that I checked. But when your sugar crashes, you feel like you want to throw up. You get really shaky and you want to go to bed. Like the things that you literally should not do. So, kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Thankfully, you know, I'm not here by myself. So that was nice. But alrighty. Yeah, I've had mine hit down in the 40s before, and it wasn't a fun thing. It's not a fun thing. So yeah. So that's why there was no Reiki last night, guys. All right. Miss Kim Rogue One, you ready? That's why I wasn't on. Yeah, that's why I wasn't on last night, guys. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Rogue One, you ready? So the first thing I see with you is a blue oval. And it's like almost like a cornflower blue. And then there is a hot pink square. And what's funny is I almost said, hey, this is a very matter of fact reading this evening. And as soon as I was about to say that in my head, I heard they're not listening to you. So it's like you're trying to be very matter of fact with whatever the situation is with the blue oval and then the hot pink square. And they're not listening. It's like you're being super upfront, super matter of fact, and whoever it is that you're trying to talk to about this situation, like they're literally, it's going like this. They're not listening. So the next thing I see for you is it's a walrus. And it's like he's trying to swim away and can't. And he gets pulled back. Swim away, pulled back. Swim away, pulled back. And then I see a huge concrete wall. So whatever this situation is, Rogue One, whatever this situation is that you're trying to deal with nobody, these people not listening to you, I'm just going to tell you they're not going to. You're spinning your own wheels. You keep trying to swim toward it and it just goes right back. So I don't know that I would continue spinning my wheels because I feel like they pretend that they're listening. Well, I don't know what the situation is, girl, but shit. They pretend they're listening and they say, yeah. They're not listening. Like you're literally talking to a brick wall. I don't know that I would waste my time anymore. I'm just saying. So. All right. Natasha Morris, you ready? So I didn't even get the breath in, Miss Natasha, to focus on you. And I see a 3-leaf clover. A big, beautiful green 3-leaf clover. And then there is a pink rose bud. That's different than just a rose. So when you look that up, look up pink and then a rose bud, not just the rose. Okay. Hey, Miss Andrea, honey, how are you? You doing okay? All right. So, big clover. The pink rose bud. I'm glad you're doing okay, Andrea, honey. You've been on our minds here. I'm just letting you know. Okay? Then there's a yellow circle. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you so much. But what's funny is when I see the circle, it went like this. Like it was huge, and then it went way down in there. And then there's an orange, like the fruit. And then cloves, like not in the orange. Cloves, okay? And then there's a Labrador, like the dog. And he's just kind of sitting there watching. And by watching, you know how when a dog like is intently watching and their mouth's closed, like that's how he's doing. He's just intently watching. I would say he's a chocolate lab because he's deep brown. Miss Tiffany Pena, you're next. All right, you ready, Miss Tiffany? So the first thing with you I see is a pen, like an ink pen. Somebody writing with an ink pen. It's black. But what's funny is it's like they're writing up here. Like say this was the paper. They're up here. Like it's like you can't get your thoughts to come out right. The thoughts aren't connecting. So I don't know if there's somebody around you that has dementia, but that's what I feel like. Dementia or memory problems, Alzheimer's, something like that. Because it's like their memories are there. Like they're trying to write, they're trying to say the things, but this is where they need to be and they're up here. But they're still really sharp. They just can't get it out. That or they have speech problems. The next thing I see is a pink daisy. like a baby pink, very, very pale pink daisy. And then there's a bright green apron, you know, like a cooking apron. Well, I say bright green, it's like grass green, emerald green. And then I see yellow lace, very pale, pale yellow lace. And then green marble. And then for some reason, I see a white refrigerator, like an old school, you know, the ones that are kind of curved at the top, like a 50s, and you open the whole front comes open, like that kind of refrigerator. So I have a feeling that you have somebody trying to say hi to you, somebody that you've lost. I would look at what all those different things mean, but you have someone trying to say hi to you, Sweet Pea. Okay. Hey, everybody over there on YouTube. All right. Okay. Mondragon. Okay, I'm always going to say your name wrong. Is it Rockio or Roshio? Rockio? I'm going to say it wrong. Always. I always say it fucking wrong. Anyway. The Mondragon is in the house. You ready? So the first thing I see with you is a wolf. And as I saw the wolf, like the face, then it morphed into like a black wolf. So it was a regular like gray wolf at first, morphed into a black wolf. Then just a bright cobalt blue, and then red. Like it was like bright cobalt blue and then bam, red. So that when something happens that fast, it's like a warning. There's Chet. Fucking Chet. I'm gonna call his grandma. Then I see cherries. And then robin's eggs. Like, you know, the blue with the little speckles. Robin's eggs. There's 3 of them in particular. And it's like as soon as I saw the eggs and I described them, then I saw the nest and it's dark in the nest. And then I saw snow on the outside of the nest. So you'll want to look up robin's eggs or eggs and then what the robin means spiritually, then what a dark nest would mean, and then snow. Okay. Okay. So for those of you guys that didn't hear about Chet, I've just started to call almost every fly Chet because it's funny and I don't know why. So when I say Chet won't leave me alone, or Chet's in here and he needs to go home, I'm gonna call his mama. That's a fly. There's a fly in here named Chet. Just letting y'all know. It's just so much funnier to give shit names. I'm just saying. So speaking of that, did y'all know that we'll have the shop open here in a couple weeks? Make sure you guys are following for videos. Heather McDonald, I have you down for 2, Sweet Pea. So what I'm going to do, I don't know. Are you here, Heather? Because I almost feel like this is 2 separate issues, but I wanted to make sure before I started. Okay. So I will also say, guys, that with the shop, and I don't know if Miss Sass is here or not, but Sass had an experience in the shop the other day, yesterday. So I can't wait to be there overnight. Y'all have no idea. Woo, y'all didn't see that. All right. Miss Heather. So for the grand opening, guys, I will make sure that there are some interesting codes or whatever specials for that weekend. You know, there will be. Just saying. I got y'all. Don't tell Sass. Don't tell Sass. All right. Miss Heather. So the first thing I see with you, or actually feel, is like pink, you know, like fur, like fake fur, the real long, thick, fake fur that you see at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's, or, you know, on a blanket or something, but it's really pale pink. And then of all things, there's a cucumber. It's funny. It's like I saw the pink fur and then I see the cucumber in front of it. And then the fur turns yellow. And no, not because of the cucumber. So I look up pink, fur, cucumber, yellow, and then fur again. You don't have to look it up again. You've already got it right there, but still. You have a part of you that's really being morphed in a way by something very unorthodox. I keep seeing that. I keep seeing the pink fur, the cucumber, and it's like a sticker. Like a, you know, it's not an actual cucumber. It's like a sticker. And then it morphs into the yellow fur. Okay. Then there's a black line that goes down across all of it. Almost like a dividing line. Okay, so Heather, here's what I'm going to ask you, because the things I'm seeing are very interesting. Because when I said I saw the black line, it's almost like the fur got split in half and then like that. So here's what I'm curious about. Have you either been, well, let me say it this way. I would bet you're having some interesting visions. I was going to say dreams, but I don't think that these are dreams. I think that these are visions, or they're things you're seeing or whatever. And I would bet that you probably think that you're going absolute batshit crazy with some of the things you're seeing. I also would bet that you're seeing things either in or around people or in daily life. So like, you guys, when you first start trying to see auras, you actually can see the energy of something before you see the aura. And so Heather, I think that that's probably what's happening to you. So when you guys start to see the energy around something, so say I'm focusing on, say this is a plant, okay? And I'm focusing on this leaf of this plant. What I might see beforehand out here, I may not see the color yet, but what I might see out here is like this shimmery, weird, like a mirage. You know, when you're driving and you see the hot road and it looks like water on it, it looks like that. That's that plant's energy, or person's energy, or dog's energy, or whatever. Everything has an energy to it. Even inanimate objects has an energy to it. You guys usually will see that before you start actually seeing the auras. So, and some people can see them like that. Some people see auras like that and they never see energy. Okay. So if you guys are looking at things and you're seeing this shimmery mirage like looking thing around anything at all, that is the energy of that object, of that item. Okay. Just so you know, you're not crazy. So Heather, I feel like you need to hear that again. You're not crazy. Okay. I mean, everybody's crazy in their own way, but you're not crazy. Okay. So I feel like that's one thing. So let's do the other thing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. All right. You know what's going on. So I saw you guys mentioning the edge of this or whatever. So you know how I said that blue apatite, thank you, Jess, is attuned to the future. So this is kind of a free-form piece, even though, there we go. You can kind of see where it's got a line and so on. This right here is a working piece. And here's what I mean by a working piece. Y'all are getting a little 101 here. Or well, I guess this would be 201 because this is more advanced stuff than it is. Yeah. This is a working piece because of that right there. So this right here can be used for both offensive and defensive workings. So this can be used for good things, for channeling the future and back and forth, but it can also be used for protection and to send shit back because of that edge right there. So there you go. You're welcome. All right, Heather, here's your second part. Okay, are you ready? So the first thing on this second part that I see for you, Miss Heather, is like, it's tar, but it looks like the tar pit. So it's not something bad. It's not something, it's just a puddle. Okay, so just tar itself. It's just sitting there. And then I see rain. And then I see a pine tree, like really, really tall, thin pine tree. Thank you, Joanna. And at first it was by itself, and then all of a sudden all these other pine trees came into view like that. So that pine tree at first thinks it's alone, but it's not. It has all these other pine trees behind it. And then there's a fence that comes in between where I am and looking at the pine tree. Like this beautiful wooden fence. And yes, I see the irony there. So it's weird. I'm still seeing the pine tree. So what I'm seeing is the big pine tree, and there's all these little pine trees behind it. And there is, you know, the wooden fences. They have like the post here and the post here. That's all I see. But for some reason, I feel like there's something else on the other side of that fence, like some invisible barrier right there. It's keeping all those other pine trees away from you. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And it's like you don't even dare to get close to the fence. Girl, I'm not sure what's up or why you feel like you can't walk up to the fence. Why you feel like you can't go to the pine trees. Because that invisible barrier that's back there, it won't have any effect on you. Okay? It won't have any effect on you. You're holding your own self back when you should be on the other side of the fence. Okay? All right, Miss Victoria Faust. Faust! Are you ready? Let me get a drink first. I'm refreshing my list too because it's taking forever. So the first thing that I see with you, Miss Victoria, is a cat's eye, but it's specific. It's like bright orange. Okay, I just keep seeing it. It's a huge cat's eye like this, and it's orange with the black people in the middle. So here's what I would look at for that would be orange, and then cat, what a cat spiritual meaning is, and then an eye spiritual meaning. And then for some reason, it's like, I heard the word hotel, but this is, it looks like a house. All I can see is the front entryway of it. I have a feeling that it is a castle or something made to look like a castle, but the front entryway is just almost like an A-frame thing that comes down like this. There are posts. I don't know if this is someplace you really want to go or what, but it's like I get this amazing feeling of like wonder when I'm looking at this entryway. And then, but I see two towers over here, back over here with red tops. Okay. So the exciting part is not so much that you want to go there. It's this is ancestrally. You've been researching. Okay. You're finding out where some of your ancestors are from. That's keep digging down that road because whatever those two towers are with the red tops, it's important. Okay. And then I want to say that they look like matchsticks, but they're not. They're just long pieces of wood, but they sit like this and like an X. They're long tan pieces of wood. Like I thought at first they were matchsticks, but I want to say that they're not pine because they're really, really pale. Maybe oak or birch. I would bet they're birch. But when I see them, it's like this. You know what I mean? Like I see, that's the way they go from the top down. Like that. And then there's a red ribbon with a white edge. So, you know, like the ribbon is red and it's got two white edges on the side. Okay. So, Victoria, I don't know if you had started to research some ancestry and then stopped, or if you're just getting into it or whatever, but it's important. So don't stop. Or if you've stopped, you need to start again. There's something important there for you. Okay? Okay? All right, Miss Donna Trouton. You ready, girl? So the first thing I see with you is this fuzzy pink blanket, and it's laid out on the grass, but what's funny is it's bowed like this. And sitting in the middle is a black cat. And this is like bubblegum pink. And the cat's literally just sitting there looking straight up like he did something amazing and everyone should sing his praises. And then I see like above the cat, it's like the sky is black and there's stars everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful. So the night sky. Fucking Chet. Go home, Chet. And then I see bread, like biscuits, breads, cookies, cakes, like bakery items. But they're all handmade, fresh made. And there's some little, I see like a stone, almost like a brick oven, you know what I'm talking about? And then there's a table that comes out. The table, it looks black or maybe really, really dark brown. And now I'm hungry. Thanks, Donna. Then I see silver bells. So there's 4, but they're like this, like one here, one here, one here. So like almost like a triangle, but then there's one extra right here. And then I see a green loop. I don't know if this is a collar or what, because it's about this thick. Okay. Oh, there's my reminder to take my medicine. Shit. Sorry, TikTok. Sorry about that. I thought that I was just like clicking off of the thing to take my medicine. All right, ready? If you guys, so here's one of the things I see somebody asking about how much I charge to marry somebody. If you guys want to travel to my shop, I will perform weddings in the shop when I am there, okay? But I would make sure that you call first to make sure that I'm going to be there. We'll have the hours posted on Facebook and all that stuff. So please make sure that you guys follow me on Facebook and all of the places. But I have performed a ton of weddings since 2014, and I am always happy to marry couples. So yes, I don't care what denomination you are. I don't care what your practice is. I'm happy to marry you. So yes. All right. Miss Morgan Wheeler, are you ready? So there's a lot of things that hit me all at once, Morgan. So the first thing I saw was, I want to say it's a 4-wheeler tire, but it's like a smaller tire with those big, huge square nubs in it. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just a tire. All I see is the tire, but it's that kind of tire, big, fat, fluffy tire. And then it's like I saw the side of a mountain, but it's like the area where you would either go camping, hiking, maybe ride 4-wheelers or whatever. Thank you, Miss Monica. There's a lot of dirt, but there's a lot of pines, greenery, cedar, etc., all up around it. Okay, but the dirt is what's important. It's almost like a bowl. It comes up like that. And then I saw a rusted refrigerator, like one that had been left out there for a while. And this is an older one because it's metal. Like there's no veneer, nothing on it. Thank you, Joy. There's nothing like that. It's funny. It almost looks like a video game. So the next thing, Miss Monica, is I saw a pair or a set of big red lips. Not like big, huge Bratz lips, just red lips. And they were open, like open a little bit. And then as I was describing them, they shut. So it's like somebody is trying to keep their mouth shut. Or they are on purpose. There we go. Because when I said they're trying to keep their mouth shut, that didn't feel right. When I said they are on purpose, they're keeping their mouth shut on purpose. So then they're not technically lying. And then I see obsidian. So, Morgan, I'm not sure what's going on around you, Sweet Pea, but I would be protecting you and yours. I would absolutely be documenting everything you can. Okay? Thanks, Miss Rochelle. All right, Miss Barbara Trouton, you ready? What did I just do with my thing there? All right, there we go. Thank you, love. Is it Delane? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, Miss Barbara, here we go. So the first thing I see with you is bright, bright red. Just this big, huge, bright red rectangle. And then I see white polka dots, just white dots, white circles. So I would look up like white and then circle. But they're kind of everywhere. They're just, these are ideas. Your brain is firing like on 200 cylinders, isn't it? Because when I see this, so white to me signifies learning something. There's, you know, more associated with that, but it's like I just started seeing these like this, like flashes, like these white circles everywhere. You cannot shut your brain off right now, can you? Chamomile. And then I see red roses and then a purple rose. And then I see green steps. And they go to a green door. To a white house. The door is for you to open. It's not for anybody to tell you what's inside, Miss Barbara, okay? Okay? So that brings up something. Because some of those things right there, Barbara, tell me you're not sleeping very well. Guys, if you would like to make yourself an herbal tea, I mean, there's no tea in it, but it's an herbal tea, okay? That will help you sleep. Here are 3 ingredients. It's literally 3 ingredients. You ready? Chamomile, lavender, and rose. These are 3 super common ingredients. You can find them at any metaphysical shop. I carry them on my website. Those 3 things together, you steep them together for 5 minutes. They will help you relax. They'll help with anxiety, and they will help you be able to lay down and go to sleep. Okay? So I do have that mixed with pink lotus in a tea blend on my site called Buddhist Dreams. It will knock your butt out, and you will do some lucid dreaming. But those 3 things right there, guys, they will help you sleep. Will help you chill out. Like if you're just one of those people that you can't shut your brain off to go to sleep, those 3 herbs right there together, like I said, steep them in boiling water for at least 5 minutes. Add some sugar, add some honey, whatever you want to do, but it will help your brain go like this and help you sleep. Okay? You can add some kava kava in. You can add some ginger if you've got a headache. Or if you're having problems with if you guys have arthritis, you have joint issues, ginger powder will help too. Okay. All right, Miss Stephanie Eads, you ready? Woo, the first thing I started seeing with you, Stephanie, is green eggs, like cartoon shaped, but they're eggs. But there's a bunch of them. And then what's funny is as I drew them, I saw like 4 or 5. But anyways, I was drawing them like this with my finger in the air. It's like I started seeing these white lines go back and forth between them. So these are people you're protecting, people that you feel like you need to be the mama hen and you need to protect them. Whoever this top egg is, like, they feel like they need to protect the others and they're kind of bucking you a little bit. It's really funny. Like they're not doing a good job of it. They're kind of making themselves look like an ass. Fucking Chet needs to go home. Go home, Chet. I'm going to call your mama. So after the eggs, I see grass. But what's funny is the grass is blue, like a turquoise blue. And the eggs are floating up here above it. It's like they can't quite get there. You're protecting these people because it's almost like you're protecting them from a trauma. You're trying to protect them from a trauma. See, there's Chet. I told you, Chet's right in everybody's fucking face. Fucking Chet needs to go home. But here's the thing. You're gonna have to let them down easy on the grass. Like, they've got to be on their own on the grass. Like, you've got to let them do their thing, okay? You would have thought Chet would have been, you know, not here by now too. I don't know. Apparently he went home and came back. Maybe his mama don't want him either. Poor Chet. He's still pissing me off. So, Stephanie, it's funny, like, after I see the grass, but I still see the eggs up here. But it's almost like the grass is trying to reach up and help the eggs down. So you're going to have to let them settle and let them deal with it. And then I see oranges and lemons, like, together. And then I see sand. And then just very smooth water. Like a lake. Very, very smooth. So. All right, Felicia Dawn, you ready? So, Miss Felicia, the first thing I see with you is a big white feather. So the white feather goes like this. And then I see a peacock feather that goes like this. So it's like they're doing this, opposite ways. And I feel like this is people. I feel like this is two different people and they're like this. Okay? There's my snoring dog. So the next thing I see is kind of interesting. It's like a, I would call it a cigar, but it's not quite. But I just see it sitting there. It's not a cigarette, but it's a cigar, but it's just sitting there. So then there's a plum. And then there are grapes. Green grapes. Now I want grapes. Fucking Chet, go home. Go home, Chet. I forget what grapes stand for. But now I want grapes. Now I want grapes. Thanks, Felicia. Thanks, Felicia. All right. So here's the ingredients for the sleep tea again, guys. You ready? It's chamomile, lavender, and rose. Those three things. Steep those three ingredients together for 5 minutes. Boiling water. Okay. Throw you a tea straw in there. Put them in a tea bag. Whatever you want to do. But there you go. You guys can add honey. If you have a cough, if you have a cold, adding honey to that is a great thing. You can add a tiny bit of oregano. Don't overpower the tea. Just a teeny tiny bit. And it'll help with the sore throat. You can also add ginger powder in there. And it will help you with any aches and pains, like joint wise. Okay. All right. Louise Williams, are you ready? Louise, the first thing I saw with you reminded me of Easter as a kid. Do y'all remember those eggs? They were about this big and they were made of solid sugar and they had the ornate sugar thing and inside was like this little scene with all these little sugar animals. Y'all remember those? That's what I saw, Louise. The very first thing I saw when I focused on your energy was that. And then I saw like a blue lightning bolt. And then 3, well, they're pink roses. And a yawn, but there's 3 pink roses and then a big yellow rose. It's funny. So like the 3 pink roses are like this and then the big yellow rose comes up behind it like that. And then there's a black rose. And then there's an orange pyramid, but it's sideways. So it's like literally on its side. But it's bright orange. Weird. Okay. So. All right, Miss Kim Harrell. I'm going through these kind of fast tonight, guys. So if you don't catch everything, don't stress. They are on YouTube, okay? So that way you guys can go back and listen, okay? All right, Kim Harrell, you ready? Oh, my nose it is. Everybody's talking about me. All right. So, Kim, the first thing I see with you is a teddy bear, and it is pink with white ears. You know, the inside of the bear's ears, it's white. And then there is a turquoise unicorn. I just see the head. And then a purple whale. It's so funny. And then for some reason, it's like I want to play with Lisa Frank stickers. And then I see, I don't know if it's canvas or if it's paper or what, but I see like black, and then it's got all these spots of neon colors all over it. Yellow and pink are the main colors. Yellow, pink, and white are the colors here. And they're just spots, like drops. Like if somebody took a paintbrush and slung it like this, and the paint kind of went everywhere. That's what that is. And then I see ivy. And then an egg. But here's the thing. The egg is like cooked. You know, like sunny side up. So the egg's been broken. The shell's been broken. Does that make sense? But I don't feel bad about it, if that makes sense too. Like it's a good thing. I don't know how that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense to you. But yeah. Yeah. For some reason, I think you feel like the egg has to be put back together, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't. Okay? Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Lucy. Thank you, love. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. All right, Heather Minock, you ready? So let me redo my list. Let me refresh my list real quick. Make sure I've got everybody on here. Because we're about halfway through and I want to make sure that I have everybody. All right. Heather Minock, you ready? So the first thing I see with you is a black rhinoceros, like a cartoon or just a clip art. You know what I mean? It's just a rhinoceros, but it's black. So you write black and then skip a couple lines, and then rhinoceros, skip a couple lines. And it's facing to the left. And then I see a Jeep, like an old World War II green Jeep. And then I see like somebody shining a headlight, like right in my face. Big, bright yellow headlight. And then I see the number 11. And then as soon as I saw the number 11, the 11 turned red, and it's inside a big yellow circle. And then I see pepper, like black peppercorns. And then big chunks of salt. But here's the thing, like I feel like these are cooking. This is something cooking wise, not just, you know, like look at the spiritual meaning of them. Yeah. But I feel like this is cooking wise. I feel like this is cooking wise. Why do I feel like this is also someone trying to say hi to you? Because the things that I'm seeing here, some of them have kind of a military feel to them. Not just the Jeep, but some of them have a military feel to them. But the cooking aspect, I have a hair right there. There we go. I got it. Damn blue-haired bitch leaving her hair everywhere. The cooking aspect, it's this person's. Does that make sense? Whoever this person is, that, yeah, whoever this person is. So, all right, Miss Veronica, you ready? So those three things we always talk about flashed really quick like that. First, I saw the picture you sent me. Then I saw the lady really quickly. And then I saw the path where I'm looking around the side of the building. But they just like boom, 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 real quickly. And now I see blue waves. But here's the thing. This is literally like whoop, whoop, whoop. It's just like almost like a neon sign. Do you know what I mean? Like when they just do the one wave thing like that, it doesn't curl up. Just 1, 2, 3, like 2 little loops. I keep having to go over it, but it's, I literally think it's either a neon sign or it's a sticker or a logo or something. But it's a blue wave. It has to be a logo because I see it in a white circle now. So it has to be a logo. And then I see a yellow, it's like the newer Thunderbirds, you know what I'm talking about? How they tried to make them retro looking? It's like that. It's a yellow one. And then I see this big green thing come out like this. It's just a shape, but it covers the car. So I saw the wave, right? And then I saw the white circle around the wave. And then I see the car in front of the wave and the white circle. And then it's like the green comes out like that, almost like over it to protect it, like an awning in a way. So yours is going to be interesting. So I'd write down blue and then wave and then white and then circle and then yellow, convertible. But the green, I'm trying to figure out what shape to give it because it's just like, I mean, just look up green, but you'll see what I mean. The green is like covering all these other things. It's almost like protecting them from something in a way, from something that's supposed to be coming like this, coming down on top of all these things. The green is protecting them. And it's a really deep, like forest green. I know we need to reschedule. We need to reschedule something, Veronica. So I'll get with you. I'll get with you on that. Okay. All right. Yeah. If you guys, I saw somebody ask about other accounts I have. I only have one account and I use it. It's a backup account. I lives and that's about it. I don't message anybody from either of those two accounts. So if you're getting a message from me, especially if it starts with Grand Rising or that I would like to consider you for a reading, I'm not. I'm not. Okay? It is not me. It is not me. So please, please, please feel free to mess with that person all you would like. Feel free to mess with them. Say, oh yeah, we're supposed to go to dinner tomorrow. Oh yeah, we're supposed to meet for coffee. Feel free to fuck with them. Waste their time. Seriously. They're wasting your time. Feel free to waste theirs. See how many times you can get them to go back and forth to PayPal telling them you sent something. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yes, I am too busy with Chet. Chet is a full-time job, y'all. Y'all will never look at flies in the same way. Am I right? Am I right? All right. Miss Denise Schwartz, you ready? Oh, Lord. This is so funny. Yeah, fuck with the scammers. It's funny. Thank you, love. All right, Denise, you ready? You got to ask you to pay for reading here. So, guys, here's the thing. Any professional reader, any psychic, any channeler, anybody, if we have a message that is driving us nuts to the point that we have to search you out, we're just going to give you the message. Thank you, love. We're just going to give you the message. I have had messages like that where something nagged and nagged and nagged and nagged the fuck out of me. And I literally just, when I finally found the person, I just gave them the message, whether they thought I was crazy or not. I just gave them the message. So, oh, free spirit. Thank you so much. So yeah, guys, no reader is going to ever reach out to you. Not a real one. Okay, let me say it that way. Not a real one. Okay. So, all right, Denise. Look at you with all the hearts. You are so sweet. Thank you, love. Thank you. All right. Oh, thank you, Charming. Thank you, Nana, with the kitty meows. Okay, Miss Denise. So the first thing I saw with you is a Christmas tree. Like the car, you know what I mean? Like a drawing, like a cartoon Christmas tree. And then I see a cat, like just a cat's face. Fucking check. And then a dog, but the dog specifically is a basset hound. The cat, I would just look up cat because it's not a color or anything. Just, you know. Thank you, love. But here we go. I knew it was coming. But the basset hound is interesting because the cat is on. So this is my left, y'all. So the cat is on the left and the dog is on the right. So after I see the cat and the dog, it's just like everything is blank. Now, when I say this, don't take this the wrong way, okay? Just the color black, okay? In no way does that have an ominous feel or tone to it, but just the color black, okay? And then there's a big, huge pink flower. I mean, it is like this big. So, what are the, damn it, what are those called? Peonies. Peony. Big, like big, humongous peony, okay? Thank you for subscribing, love. All right. Miss Amanda Navarro. You ready? Need to, like, pick up my pace a little bit here, huh? All right. Amanda Navarro. So, 2 green triangles. And then there's a white line that goes like this through both of them. So, I'd look up green, 2, like the meaning of the number 2, and then triangles, and then white. Because the line goes through, like, right at the middle of them. Let me yawn again. Knew that was coming. And the next thing I saw, it's like, I know that there's a pair of boots, but I just see one. It's like the other one is invisible. Like I can't see it. I just see one. And I just see the right one. Then I see a red check mark. And then it's like the check mark. And as soon as the check mark faded, this red arrow pointing down. And then there's like these yellow circles. So there's one here, and then one here. So like over here, and then right in the middle like that. And then there's a blue ribbon. You know what I mean? Like the awareness ribbons. But it's blue. Like bright blue. So I'm not sure if I'm not sure what the blue one is. All right, Miss Michelle Elms, are you ready? So the first thing I see with you is coffee beans. So look up coffee. And then it's so weird. It's like I see this big salmon, like the fish salmon, but as soon as I see it, it's like half of it's gone. Like it's been cut in half. So whatever the meaning of salmon is, and it's been cut in half, that's interesting. Like I can see the insides of it. And then it's like I just saw an elephant face charge at me like that. Like the ears out and everything, like charging at me. And then there is, what is the black and white cow? Holstein. And I'm just seeing its face too, but not coming at me like the elephant. It's just kind of like that. Okay, what is the dog with the curly hair? Son of a bitch. Not a Labrador. Like a Labradoodle, but son of a bitch. I don't know. I can't think of it. It's poodles. Fucking shit. How could I not think of a poodle? Thank you, somebody. As soon as I looked down, somebody said poodle. Yeah, but this one's yellow. Bright yellow. So I look up yellow and then poodle. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Miss Rosie, yours was one of the first ones I did, so it's on TikTok over there. But this poodle is bright yellow, Miss Michelle, okay? And then the number 3. And then the number 41. So 3 was just the number 3, but 41 is blue, like bright blue. Fucking Chet. Chet needs his time in the sun. Y'all see that? Just want y'all to acknowledge. Just want y'all to acknowledge the Chet. He's sitting here on my keyboard staring at me. I think he flipped me off. Somebody called Chet's mama. Somebody come get Chet. I think Chet just took a shit on my keyboard. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody come get your boy. Y'all know that was funny. Y'all know that was funny. Go away, Chet. Go home. Miss Laura Cardella, you're ready. See? Yeah, there you go. All right, Miss Lori, you ready? Sweet Marva, please tell her to come get Chet. That's Lori. You ready? All right. I can't help it. That's funny. Because I swear he just sat on my keyboard and went like that and then took a shit on my keyboard. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. What's up?
Come on, Chet.
April's coming to get Chet. Sass is coming to get Chet. He won't fucking leave me alone. All right. Y'all are so funny. Okay. So, Miss Lori, the first thing I see with you is it's like a brass headboard. But what's funny is I see the bed, okay? And I see the headboard. And then it's like the bed gets smaller and the headboard gets bigger. But it's the bright, bright yellow brass. You know what I'm talking about? For some reason, I hear the word confining. When I see the bed getting littler and the headboard getting bigger, it's like I hear the word confining, okay? And as the bed gets smaller, the background back here gets darker as well. And then I see, this is the weirdest thing, but it's like a burlap sack. So I would look up what burlap means. And then oats. Not oatmeal, but oats. Like raw oats. And then an oak tree. And then it's like, for some reason, I feel like I heard herbal. So I don't know if you're really focused on some herbal remedies or herbal tonics or herbal things right now. But it's like, okay, so when I hear it, it sits like right here. And there's this whole part over here that's missing. The herbal stuff. There's something that you're missing. Like a whole lot of something over here that you're missing, honey. So whatever that is, Miss Lori, It's like you're only looking in the norm of the herbal stuff that's dealing with this issue. You're missing this whole area over here, okay? You're missing that whole area over there. All right, Miss Megan Strong. So I see a pink ribbon with you. But it's like satin. That's not the ribbed cheap one. Does that make sense? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But it's like a pink satin ribbon. Okay? And then I see a red velvet cupcake. Now I want a cupcake. And then I see pickles. Like sliced pickles. But there's like a few of them right here. And it's almost like they're getting ready to be pickles. But they're not quite. Does that make sense? So it's like something that you're getting ready to do. And then I see ice. So there's something that you've been, it's almost like you keep getting ready to do it. And about the time you get ready to jump, you get ready to move, you get ready to take the next step, something literally puts that idea on ice in the back burner. So let me say this. Whatever this is, whatever these pickles represent, the universe works in a balance, guys. Okay? Just like there are all these good things that come in, there are all these bad things that come in to counteract them. So the universe requires balance. So when one side or another gets like that, the other side has to push back harder. So if you guys have something that is really good that you're trying to do, and it is in line with your path, and you're going at it like this, there's going to be something that comes in like that to push back, to push it. Okay? You have to push. So whatever this is that you keep having put on ice, that's literally the universe testing you to push the fucking boundaries. So you can actually take the shit off the ice and run with it. You don't have to leave it on the ice. Okay? So whatever this is that you've been, because I feel like this is an ongoing thing. You get everything ready. You get all these things cut up to make the pickles. Does that make sense? And then all of a sudden it's like, and now it's on the ice. It's like somebody literally takes it and puts it back here. Don't let them. And take it off the fucking ice and do the thing, Sweet Pea. Okay? Do the thing. So what's funny is the next thing I saw after I took the deep breath and focused back on your energy is a tomato. And here's what's funny about this. So a tomato is actually a member of the nightshade family, because that's the first thing I saw when I saw the tomato, or the first thing I felt when I saw the tomato was, that's a nightshade. You need to learn how to poison whatever this ice is without really poisoning the ice. Does that make sense? There's a way to go about doing things, guys, where there's a way to go about doing things. It's like killing someone with kindness. That's exactly what needs to happen here, Megan. Okay? Gotcha. Because, yeah, I was like, a tomato. And then as soon as I saw the tomato, I was like, that's a nightshade. Just saying what I'm saying. Y'all know exactly what I mean. Y'all know exactly what I mean. So, all right, Miss Sarah Blackwell, are you ready? So the first thing I see with you is garlic cloves. I love me some garlic. Then there is a gray, like a really interesting long silvery gray feather. And then it's whatever, it's not a crane, but it's the gray one, a heron. There we go, Heron. And then I see a swamp. And it's funny, as soon as I saw the swamp, the sun came up over it. So it's like as soon as you acknowledge that something is bad, Not that the swamp is bad, but like that's what I felt like, that this particular thing, what the swamp represents, is bad, and that once you acknowledge that, the sun comes up on it. You know what I mean? It's like acknowledging that something is not good takes all of that away from it. It takes the zing, the power away from it. So then the sun. And then a cedar tree. And then a horn, like a bull. You know what I mean? Like the cap on the cow horn. Because I saw it like that, coming up like that. So I just look up horn, cow horn. And then I see the bone underneath it. So what I would say, Miss Sarah, because of the different things that I was seeing, you need to literally get back to you, and you need to call things out for what they really are. For some reason, you're allowing your own self, you're allowing you to sugarcoat other people's shit. Stop sugarcoating shit. Like, a piece of shit is literally a piece of shit. You can put as much rhinestones on it as you want. It's still a piece of shit. Don't sugarcoat stuff, Sarah. Okay? Especially for your own self. Stop doing that. Because whatever it is, you hate it when I call you out. Sorry. Yeah, whatever this is, love, like all of these images talked about seeing the thing underneath. Seeing the thing underneath. Don't sugarcoat stuff. Don't sugarcoat stuff. Okay. Yeah, y'all see Chet. Y'all see Chet acting up. I stopped talking to him, talking about him. So yeah. So I guess we've had a lot of people asking for pie stones. I'm going to get some more in for you guys, okay? I can't guarantee you that I can get some just like mine, but I'm going to get some in, okay? All right, Miss Diana Patrick. And just Chet back on my keyboard. Hey, love. All right. There, he had to get his screen time again. Y'all saw. They saw you, Chat. Go home. So, the first thing I see with you is like a quill and ink. You know, like the old-fashioned feather pen that's actually cut and split at the bottom. You know, like... So what's funny is, even though I would say to look those up, what the spiritual meaning of that is, this is an interesting talent, that this represents a talent you have. And it's a talent for doing something, because not many people can write with a quill and ink anymore. You know what I mean? You can go find them at the craft store or whatever, but this is like a handmade, have to write very carefully. Like, you have a very interesting talent for something that 100 years ago, you would have been making all of this money with. You know what I mean? For some reason, you don't feel like this talent is very cool. It is. It's super cool. No, it's not calligraphy. It's just, this represents a talent that she has that you kind of hide. So then I see a wooden plank. I would say this is oak, just the way that it's, the color it is and stuff. A big, huge piece of oak. And then I see a black chain. It's funny, like, so the oak goes like this, and then the chain lays right across the middle of it. You are literally holding your own self back, girl. First of all, you do not give yourself enough credit. You don't give yourself enough credit. You don't celebrate the things that you accomplish, the things that you do. And you're holding your own self back, because that chain on top of the wood, I mean, laying specifically like that, you literally are allowing this chain to hold you down. So, and what's funnier is the chain, it's like as soon as I acknowledged that it was a chain, it went from being chains like this big to like this little bitty tiny thing like this. The chain is not nearly as big or as strong or as heavy as you think it is. You're allowing like this chain that's like this big to be like this and just hold you down. So, stop that. Stop that. I know that's easier said than done because I have a feeling that this has been programmed into you. You've been programmed to do this. I just want to take the chain and push it off. Like, I just want to take the chain and push it off. That's the last thing I see is that chain. Hey, love. Thank you, Miss Sarah, for the corgi butt. So, I would say thank you for Vince the Vampire there, Incy Country Girl. Miss Diana, honey, I would say that stop listening to all those people that are saying that either, you know, you're not good enough with that, or this isn't really that cool, or whatever. Love, you have an amazing talent that you don't use or celebrate enough, and you don't give yourself enough credit. You're extremely talented. You're extremely talented. And the people that are telling you you're not, it's because they're jealous of your talents. So, your spiritual advisor is telling you to tell them to fuck right the fuck off, okay? Please feel free to blame me. I don't care. Totally blame me. You're welcome, sugar. Jordan Talbert. You ready? So I have Jordan, Terry, Suzanne Horn, Helene Miller, Mariah, and Jetta Lynn. Why do y'all have all these cool names? Jetta Lynn Bloodworth. Holy shit. That's the coolest, most regal fucking name, dude. Seriously. Okay. All right. I digress. All right. Here we go. Jordan, you ready? Sorry. Here we go, Jordan. So what's funny is the first thing, when I took the deep breath and I focused on your energy, Jordan, the first thing, it's like all of these things, boom, 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 boom. Okay. So they're stones, obsidian, onyx, tiger's eye, howlite, just boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh, okay. All of those are very protective in a way. And they're literally on this side over here. They're on this side over here. Let me refresh the list one more time, guys, because it may just not be refreshed all the way. They're all like this on your right side, forming this barrier over here, Jordan. So, obsidian, onyx, tiger's eye, howlite. What? Sassy redhead, that's awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. That makes me feel fantastic. I'm so glad, love. There you are, Miss Minnie. You are my last one. Congratulations. All right, Jordan. So those things like that. Under them is not me yawning. Under them is green grass. But it's like AstroTurf because it's plastic. But it's like a pretty picture, like boom, 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 and then the grass. And then there's this beautiful white. It was a daisy at first, and as soon as I started to focus on it, it's like the petals curled up like this. So it's a lily. It goes from a daisy to a lily. Okay? But it's white. So what I'd look up would be those stones, and then grass, green grass, and then daisy, and then a lily. Okay? It's funny. Things have gone like this, down the right side, over to the left, and then into this blossom right here. I feel like that is important as well. That movement. Okay? So I know that didn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot, Jordan. That's a lot. Just like boom, 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 boom. But I love the morph from the daisy to the lily. That's a huge shift. That's a huge change right there, Jordan. So I would say be ready for that. Be ready for that. Okay? All right. Terry Rizzolio. You ready? So it's funny when I focus on your energy, Terry, it's like I suddenly got really worried. Not about anything in particular, but it's just like this worry, this heaviness on my shoulders. And it's almost like I can't concentrate. So I don't know what's up there, Miss Terry, but I feel like you're really overwhelmed. I feel like you're like really super overwhelmed. But I don't feel like, it's like I feel like there's some underlying reason to why you're overwhelmed. Not just like work and kids and, you know what I mean? Not just like that. This is like this underlying reason of being overwhelmed. And I have a feeling it's like some secret thing because it feels like this river, like this little tiny river way down in here. And then I keep feeling like I'm spinning around like just this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this. You know what I mean? Like every time I go to focus here, then I'm turning here, then I'm turning here, then I'm turning. You just are back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I just had something interesting pop in my vision, Terry, and I don't know if you're here or not, or if you're watching this on YouTube. But I had a dream not that long ago where I was stuck at this weird hotel in the woods. And it was like some luxury, not a horror movie thing, but it's like I was just stuck there for some reason. But everything was wood and trees and beautiful and airy and whatever. So I'm curious. The reason I bring this up, Terry, is because as I was talking about this river and being overwhelmed and like, you know, it's something that you're kind of keeping inside, etc. I saw some of that again. I'd be curious if you're not having interesting dreams about being stuck in places like that in the forest. But they're not scary, they're not bad. It's just, it's frustrating being stuck there, but it's like being stuck in a luxury resort. Like that's what I keep seeing. And I bring it up just because it's interesting. So it's almost like being stuck in paradise. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Is that you, Terry, right there? So later tonight and tomorrow, guys, I will have up, okay, gotcha. Hang on just a minute, Terry. I will have up a list of some new lives that are going to be taking place. So there you go. Of course, my Tuesday live is tomorrow for the zodiac signs for the week. And my Thursday live, I promise, guys, okay? So, Terry, what's interesting, it's like that kind of feeling, this being lost is stuck in paradise. It's almost like getting the things that you've worked for and then being bored with them. Like that's the feeling. Okay, out of energy and don't know why. Okay, that's the feeling. You're stuck. You're stuck in something. A lot of people that are very empathic are having this problem lately, and they're getting overwhelmed with places and things that used to be their safe place, their happy place, if that makes sense. And I'm kind of talking to all of you empaths here for a minute, because this got brought up to me today too by a friend of mine. She said, and I would bet my butt that most of you empaths had a very bad day today too. The Schumann resonance had a massive blurb, was off the fucking charts earlier. And so most empaths either had a severe anger outburst this morning. They got severely depressed, or they literally just did not want to people, and not just like, okay, I'm overwhelmed and I don't want to people. This was, fuck this, I'm never peopling again. Almost every single empath had a humongous thing happen this morning. Depending on where you live, it was probably about, I'm going to say 10 o'clock to noon Central Time. So that would be 11 to 1 Eastern Time, and a little bit earlier this morning for you guys on the East Coast. But yeah, whatever that was, the blip with the Schumann resonance this morning, it really fucked us empaths up. Fucked us up today. So Yeah, no, it happened to me. I had a severe anger issue today. I had a very bad anger issue. Usually when something happens like that, if a shift happens, if you're empathic, okay, say you're empathic and you have anger issues already, right? You may be like uber calm, or maybe you don't show emotion very well. You may be suddenly just bursting out crying at work, or like, I don't like to get mad. It takes a lot to get me mad, and so on. So having a severe anger outburst like that, that's not in the norm for me. Yeah, see, asthma, anxiety. Yeah, anxiety was through the roof today too. Yeah, anxiety was through the roof. Um, so yeah, if you guys don't have the Schumann Resonance app on your phone, I know on iOS it's like 99 cents. I think on Android it might be as well. It's worth it. If you guys don't know what the Schumann Resonance is, I need to do a video on it because I was asked about this, but the Schumann Resonance is like the Earth's heartbeat. Okay? So when it has some funky shit going on, fucks us up too. Fucks us up too. So yeah. All right, Miss Suzanne Horn. Ready? See, a lot of you guys felt it, didn't you? Yeah. Yep, a lot of you guys felt it today. I'm sorry. I wish that there was something I could say, hey, this completely helps. I've been experimenting with different stones and different combinations and so on to see if I can find something that helps. I will report back to y'all if I do. I have yet to find much. So, yeah. I will say I did burn a whole bunch of sage and yerba santa today. Right after that happened, it helped tremendously. So, yeah. All right. Miss Suzanne Horn, are you ready, sugar? So the first thing I see with you, Miss Suzanne, is strawberries. And then I see, I'm going to say rose quartz, pink rose quartz hearts. Like little bitty ones about like this. There's just 2 of them like that. And then it's like, you know what ticker tape is? You know, where like the little thing, it has a little piece of tape like this and it just reads out like, it's just like this continuous going of information. It's going from the right to the left. It's funny, I just realized that this song has been playing over and over. Don't know why. This whole time, this song has been playing over and over. I'm like, wait, this is the same fucking song. Back to Suzanne. Okay, the ticker tape. Okay, so Suzanne, as soon as I said, okay, back to Suzanne with the ticker tape, and I did that with the ticker tape. This is a wad. As I was following it down, there is a wad of it over here. You are getting download after download after download after download, and you're not able to process them. So they're literally balling up. So I would not be surprised to know if you haven't had some, I'm going to call them headaches, but they're not quite. It's like some interesting weird shit going on with your noggin. Where there are some days where it just feels full, and other days where it feels like it's full of cotton, and it feels like literally in here in your forehead is full of cotton, like you can't concentrate, you can't focus. Yeah. You got to figure out how to process those downloads, girl. Here's one thing I would say to help you guys process downloads. Sometimes it's not so much that you need to sit and write down every little thing. Sometimes it's literally just unpacking them that sends them where they need to go. Because if you guys are open to get downloads, sometimes it's not just your downloads you get. You can actually get other people's downloads, especially if you have kids, if you have family members or whatever you're really close to, people, friends, etc. If they are not open to getting downloads, then you can be grabbing theirs. So you need to find your grounding. Okay, for me, I love to go stand in the shower and let the hot water, I'll stand like this, let the hot water run down my back and like run over me. That helps me process shit. I don't know why, but it helps me process shit. For other people, it's just, standing out in the grass. For some people, it's petting their dog or petting their cat or whatever. You need to find what it is that grounds you, that you can do to calm you down and to just let your mind drift a little bit. That will help you guys process these downloads, at least in and out. Does that make sense? In and out. Okay. Salt baths. Yeah. All of those things that it will help you guys find your calm thing. Okay. Find your calm thing, because Suzanne, I would bet that you have probably 20 or 30 downloads in there. Pay attention. So, Suzanne, say a hot bath is your happy place, your calm place, okay? What I would do is have, your phone and a towel right there so you can wipe off your hands, or put on your voice recorder and just kind of relax a minute in the hot water and then start saying, okay, I'm seeing this and this and this and this and this and this. Usually downloads come in threes, like that, like 3 things, and then the other one's 3 things, and then you know what I mean, like that. Do those kind of things, but have your voice recorder on, because when you guys start unpacking downloads, the information can come so fast, and you think you're going to remember it. You will not. Your voice recorder is going to be your best fucking friend. Okay? I promise. Okay? All right. Miss Helene Miller. Are we ready? Ready? All right. So with you, the first thing I see is this huge mountain. Who's counting my yawns? But the top goes like this. It's snow covered on the top. I have a feeling that this is like a dormant volcano, because it's one huge tall peak. But like I said, the peak is literally like that, but there's snow on it. And then I see gold coins. So at first it was just one here and one here. And then as I see those two, it's like a whole bunch of them started falling down, and a thing down here. I can hear it like, I can hear the coins falling. Then I see cotton, like unpicked, fresh cotton. And then like a big pile of just white rice. Just plain white rice, not cooked. And then I see a white chicken. And then a white rooster with like the red, I don't know what they're called, the crown or whatever. And then I see 2 black eggs. Like the shell is black, not anything bad. It's just the eggs are black. So when I give you guys something like that, you want to look up white chicken, white rooster. You know what I mean? And you've already got white, so you don't really have to look it up again. And then black eggs. Okay? Okay? All right, Miss Mariah. Mariah Rep, you ready? So the first thing I see with you is a violin, but it's sitting on a stand. Like nobody's playing it. For some reason, it's just sitting on a stand over to my left. You have a love, a passion, a talent that you literally just put up. Like you had to put it up and you've just left it for some reason. It's like one of those, I'll come back to it, and you haven't come back to it. Go back to it. Go back to it, Miss Mariah. You need to do it again. That was your meditation. That is how you let your brain disconnect and you're able to work through downloads and things like that. Okay. So pick it back up. Pick it back up, Mariah. Okay. Then I see purple velvet. And then I see like an old sitting couch, the one, the big tufted ones. They're really cool. is gold. Gold tufted sitting couch. It's like very formal, very beautiful. And then I see white pearls. I don't know what these other things are. I'm going to call it like mother of pearl because I see these white buttons like this along the couch and I keep getting focused on them, but they kind of have a shimmer to them. They're not pearls, so I'm going to call it mother of pearl because they're not opalite. And then I see a bright red ball. Like it looks like red lipstick, but it's a ball. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's the last thing. So, who's counting my guns? What the fuck? The bright red ball, it's on a black square background. Okay? I mean, it's not really the ball. It's just the circle. But it pops out like that. Okay? But it's on a black velvet background. Lots of velvet. Lots of velvet. All right. Jetta Lynn Bloodworth. Are you ready? I have to say your name like that. So the very first thing I saw with you is a stone that I own some of, but I haven't thought about in a while. It's called K2. But I saw like a little tumbled square of it. 7, 8. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I get to going so fast. I'm like, I forgot to breathe. Shit. All right. So the first thing I saw with you, Jetta, is K2. Okay. And if you just look up K2 stone, there you go. So it's funny. So remember, I just said I saw the square, like a square tumble of it. And then it's like I kind of zoomed out and there's this beautiful ivy around it. Bright, bright green ivy around it. Deep, deep green. It's being hidden. Okay. It's being hidden. So here's it's like, so like here's the K2, right? And I see the ivy like this over it. Really? Again? I see the ivy like this over it. And then as I'm watching the ivy, it's like the ivy starts to hide it. So whatever this is, it's being hidden. Whatever this K2 represents, it's being hidden. And then I see an open geode like this. And inside it, it's like, I would say it's blue celestite. Blue calcite. But it's funny. It's like a bowl. And then there's a handful of wooden beads. Just round wooden beads. And they're dark. They're darker wood. So I would say cherry. And then I keep seeing like an ocean scene. So like ocean jasper, you know what I mean? How ocean jasper looks. It's like I see the water and then I see the foam and then I see the sand. So it's like I keep seeing that, almost like a painting, but it's like water, foam, sand, water, foam, sand. So I don't know if that's a painting or a picture or what, but I just keep seeing those three things. That or you need a vacation at the beach. One or the other. Don't we all need a vacation at the beach? I need a vacation at the beach tomorrow to a beach that is nice and warm because this temperature here, it's all, I can feel it dropping outside already. And no, somebody can take this weather right the fuck back. They can take this weather right the fuck back. Like it needs to go bye-bye. It needs to go bye-bye. So, Miss Jetta, I'd be interested to know if that is a painting or what, because I feel like it's very familiar to you. Hey, Summer. Son of a bitch. Really? To North Carolina? Yeah, guys, if you're getting a message from me saying that I want to give you a reading, please know that is not me. please, please report and block them. And, oh, it's your best friend in Gulf Shores. So you know what that is. Okay. All right. All right. So. Everybody's like, breathe, bitch, breathe. Gotcha. Okay, love. Well, then I would call them. Awesome. Yeah, guys, no reader, no professional reader, no actual real reader is ever going to reach out to you for a reading like that, okay? They're just not. They're just not. So, I will never, there's so many, I like doing this with my banks. It looks cute. There's so many other people out there that are getting scammers impersonating them. So I've turned it on my stuff to TikTok, and I'm going to get Instagram tomorrow. I have actually trademarked the Blue Bodhi at this point. So now I have a legal leg to stand on. So there. All right. Miss Minnie. Miss Minnie. Well, I know someone just said I wouldn't speak for everyone that way. I am. Because here's why. I have been a professional reader since 2014. Any reader I know that is worth their weight in feathers or in 2 feathers will not reach out to you for a reading. Period. They will not. That's a scammer. If someone is saying, Grand Rising, let me give you a reading. Let me consider you for a reading. No, that is a scammer. That is a scammer. Any reader that is worth their weight, if they have a message, for someone that is so important that spirit is pushing to where you have to seek out a person and give them the message, they're just going to give you the message. I do it all the time. They're just going to give you the message. They're not going to say, hey, the ancestors told me that I have a message for you, and if you pay me $49.95 or however much you can donate, I'll give it to you. No, we're just going to give it to you. We're just going to give it to you. So yeah. Yeah. Plus, any good reader does not have time to go through their followers of someone else's account and message every single one of those people. But here's the thing. Most people don't understand this. So they end up getting a lot of people. They get a lot of people because a lot of people don't know. But yeah, you can ask any single reader out there. They are not going to message you and say, hey, let me give you a reading. They're just not. I've got this one piece of bang sticking out right there. Doing an alfalfa thing. Thank you, love. All right, Miss Minnie, are you ready, girl? Are you ready? I love it, too, when they reach out to you guys while you're on my live. I love it even more when they come into my live and then are like, hey, and they go, oh, yeah, you scamming bitch. Miss Minnie, are you ready? So I'm curious, Miss Minnie, did you ever figure out who the lady in blue is with the white trellis behind her? Because the last few times I've read for you, she's popping up again. So the next thing I see is a golden temple. Let me see the lady. The next thing I see is a golden temple. And the temple has three pieces, or three points. Okay, so the first one, it's pointed like this. It's very kind of a teardrop shape, but the other 2 are round. And then there are cherry blossoms. And then there are violets. And then I keep seeing this. It's almost like lightning bolts, but they're not quite because they're coming from the ground up. But they're like this. And they're swaying. There's four of them, but they're swaying like this. But they're literally lightning bolts, but they're going from the ground up. But like I said, there's 4 of them and they're swaying like this. I don't know what these are. They're like little red dots, red beads. I feel like they're seeds, but I don't know what they are. They're, I would say, about this big. About the size of a regular marble. Like about like that. But they're bright red. I feel like you know what they are. I don't know. Like, it's like I just see them like this. Maybe they're not seeds. Maybe they are beads, but they're a solid color of red. There's no gradient. So the red beads sit here, and underneath here is yellow. Bright yellow. And it was dark up here on top of the red beads, and then now it's white. Because it was like I had a black background, and then as soon as I said it was yellow down here, this is white now. So I don't know if you know, I don't know if you know what those red things are. I literally feel like they're seeds. But like I said, they're round about that big. It's interesting. I've never seen lightning do like that. If you don't know what they are, then I would say when you're going through and kind of researching what these things are, you know, I'd put just spiritual meaning of red, because the circles like this they sit so close together, like, and then the yellow is underneath. So I would look, it's almost like it's a separation. You know what I mean? Like that red, it's like anger, or so red usually represents like anger, passion, lust, action, or like a barrier. And then you have the yellow on the bottom, and then it was black and then white. Does that make sense? So I would, yeah. Somebody, Blue Flower 17, gave you a reading pretending to be me. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I would definitely, if they're saying that they're me, please report them, babe. So, apparently the scammers be hard at work this evening, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did see some people asking about private readings with me. I will let you know that right now, I'm not taking any new private readings. I have a few people that I need to reschedule. I have the building inspector coming Friday, and I have so much shit that has to get done before Friday. Like, it's a lot. So my whole life is going to be consumed with shop until the next 2 weeks is over. But I'm not doing any more private reads for a while. However, like I said, if you guys didn't catch me a little bit ago when I said this, I will be doing some interesting lives coming up. And once we get the shop up and open, where I can actually like breathe and see things again, what's really cool is I will have all of this amazing shit set up where I can do some really cool lives, especially during the day, where you guys can actually watch me make things and order the things right then. I'm just saying what I'm saying. So, I am gonna get off of here, and I will get some live scheduled. I will get some things done and ready for y'all for this next week. Yeah. And I'll see y'all. I'll see you tomorrow for Zodiacs. You know, I said you're two feathers that felt like people. It could be love. Thank you, Miss Suzanne. Yeah, it absolutely could be. So let me close out of YouTube over here, and I will see you guys on YouTube tomorrow for Zodiacs.